I'm Seth, and this is Acquired Salary, the best living through career mastery. In today's short talk, I'm going to cover how to deal with a toxic boss. Before we can take any substantial action towards overcoming a toxic boss, first we need to identify if we're actually working under a toxic boss. Luckily, this is rather easy to do, as exceptional bosses are the diametric opposite of toxic bosses. Horrible managers are easily identified through how they act and the blunders that they make. So here are a few of the telltale signs of a toxic boss. Number 1, insecurity. This is shown through their need to control everything to make themselves look good. They won't delegate tasks. They won't give you the freedom to do your work in your own way or make your own decisions. And the worst case is they use fear-based management. Number 2 is knowledge gaps. Every kid one day comes to the realization that their parents don't know everything. The same thing can happen with your boss, specifically toxic bosses. It's exacerbated. So early on, you'll get a sense that they don't know as much as they should, and it could be because they can't provide you a solution to a roadblock, or they just outright say it. If you recognize this and you start to outshine them, then you're in violation of the rule from 48 Laws of Power, where the student should never outshine the master. And if you do this, then your toxic boss can lean into their insecurities and fear-based management, becoming overly nitpicky to make you look bad. The third sign of a toxic boss is micromanagement, another way of expressing their insecurity. So this makes a hard job horrible. Intentional or not, it shows that your boss does not trust you and that they think you're not competent enough to do the work on time in alignment with the business's standards. The final sign of a toxic boss is poor communication and disruptive behavior. A toxic boss is unclear and unpredictable, so they can correct you one way, and a week later, after integrating that correction, they come back and say it's wrong again. And then this is effectively moving the goalposts, creating unpredictability in how your performance will be evaluated. If your boss is not clear on how you will be evaluated in a standardized way, then there's virtually no way that their own emotions and feelings will not be playing a major role in how they think you're performing. All of these actions lower morale, productivity, and motivation. So if you're feeling any of these, it may be time to start thinking about how you can address your toxic boss. Now, before I go on any further on how to address it, if you're liking what you're hearing, please share this video with someone that might benefit from its message, because it is word-of-mouth referrals like this that help to grow Acquired Salary's reach, so we can continue to give you free tools and information you need to master your career. So the first step, and it is a non-negotiable step in addressing your toxic boss, is ensuring that you maintain professionalism. When a boss is being toxic, it can cause us to feel certain negative emotions that can make it incredibly difficult to maintain professionalism. However, given the power dynamic, there's far too great a risk to let your emotions rule your actions. So take a few breaths, think about what you're going to say before you say it. I recommend reading some articles, watching some videos, and role-playing a conversation or two if you're preparing to directly address your toxic boss's actions, to help ensure that you remain calm and level-headed so that you don't worsen your situation. Now, before you go into directly addressing your toxic boss, it's important that you document inconsistencies and work on managing up prior to this conversation. So if you present data that supports your claims of the telltale signs of a toxic boss, then you can do more to focus on the solutions and your needs from management, rather than getting into the nitty-gritty of, oh, I'm not being a toxic boss, because it is going to put them in a defensive position. Unfortunately, your boss may need to develop their management skills, and you can't do that for them, but you can guide them by stating what you need from them. So be sure you document this conversation as well, perhaps a summary email after the meeting with action items for them. That way you can hold your boss accountable. And if they cannot meet those expectations, then you can consider escalating the situation internally, or perhaps preparing to find another job. Altogether, everyone is going to end up working for a toxic boss at some point in their career. And if you aren't careful, this toxic boss can really wreck your future prospects. So it's important to be intentional in how you address the situation. If you're not able to resolve the situation internally, it is important that you seek greener pastures through a different employer. What do you think? Please share your thoughts and comments in the comment section below, and if you have made it this far, you may as well like the episode and subscribe to this channel so you do not miss out on future videos to help you master your career. If the concepts in this video make sense to you, but they're too abstract, or you need help with specific applications, join the Acquired Salary community using the first link in the description below, and we can schedule a consultation to go over how to apply these concepts to your specific situation. Until next time.